Hey everyone, Lauren here from Color the Kitty and Stampin' Up. Hi. Just adjusting all my lamps, so we'll have a bit of a light glare happening, but that's okay. So this class, this is like the recap kind of thing for the Happy Hedgehogs class that we did last month, late last month, featuring these lovely stamp sets and the hole punch, which is hiding right now. Here's the hole punch, which is very, very cool. So I'm gonna more or less put together my extras I had for the class, and I think one of them I am going to change it up. So I'm gonna grab my paper trimmer, this big thing. Let me get the direction I like, because I need 5x7. So 10x7 is the size I need. I had to think this through for a sec, because someone asked me to do a masculine birthday card, but they don't like the card size I do. So I gotta modify here. So I'm gonna at least get my template size out, and then I'm gonna, as I go along making these hedgehogs, I may or may not be able to figure out what's gonna work for this project, and we shall see. There, just a little bit to get started. This is not quite part of the class, but I figure, you know, complete 2 ideas in one. And I have a whole bunch of stuffs sitting on my table right in front of me that is a chaotic mess. So bear with me as I try to get organized. So here is a size that might be appropriate for them, hopefully. But we'll come back to that a little while later, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to pull out the materials. Maybe. We had a whole bunch of stuffs for this project. So let's pull out a bunch of stuffs. Okay, so I had a whole bunch of little hedgehogs that I had pre-done up because the hole punch was required and everybody is virtual. So I'm just going to separate to some degree what we got going on here. I know what some of these pieces are for because I vaguely remember working on these. So I'm going to kind of sort of get stuff. So I have a bunch of whites, but I got a white that's actually a lot smaller. I know what that's for. I know what these are for. So I'm just going to get set up. I had 2 white card bases and a brown, like the crumb cake, but I might swap it up as I say. Alright, so I got those going. So ideally, I want to get the stamping done first, and then it makes stuffs a lot easier after. So I'm going to grab my clear block. I'm going to grab, hopefully, my black ink, if I can locate it among my very messy desk. Bring in my stamps. I'm going to start with the tree stamp. Kind of, sort of. As best I can kind of put it on the block. I'm going to move that off to the side and then ink it up. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but I'm just playing along here. And then take the one white piece that's a little smaller than the rest for the project and just kind of give her. Because I want the tree to be like a focal point. And then ink up that tree again. Not the entire thing, but a good portion of it for the circle. And then go for it on there. Okay, we got that. I'm just going to clean this stamp for the moment. That way you can see me on the little tiny icon camera. And then I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the little white piece that's hiding there. Then we're going to come back to this in a moment. And that's majority of the stamping. There's still what I do for the back of the card, but I'll come back to that a little while later because I am undecided on how I want to do this. So I'm going to grab grab a sentiment. This one is, it's so nice of you to be so nice. No, I want the other one. Actually, no, I'll use this one. What was the other one again? Now I'm debating with myself. No, I am debating. Okay, no. I'm debating. Okay, we're gonna go back to the other one. Finding a friend is the best discovery of all. There we go. So in this session, we're more or less doing 3 cards. And that's totally upside down. Yeah, and the Stampin' Up! Official white paper is awesome. The other one I pulled out was not official because I'm trying to work out a concept. But it's still really, really nice. Okay, I've got that stamp clean. And then put those aside. Bring this back in. We need some focal points happening. I'm going to go with the birdie today, because I think the birdie is nice. The little birdie, happy birdie. Because I'm leaning to this one to be the bigger size. That birdie really got dark there. These are great stamps. And this paper, this official Stampin' Up! Cardstock does take the ink really, really well. Alright, I've got that. I'm going to add a little butterfly. Once I find my butterfly. Now make sure you got your butterfly direction correct. Wouldn't believe how many times I've like, oh yeah, I got it, and I completely goof it up. And of course, classic me, there's going to be coloring in this session. I want the mushroom. Gotta clean that block a little more. There we go. So I'm adding an extra component for the heck of it. Clean that too. Then I need the other sentiment. It's so nice of you to be so nice. Because the request is a happy birthday card. So I'm going to see if this is sufficient. Hopefully. Okay, we got that. Alright, so that's majority of the stamping done for now. So I'm going to put this off to the side for a moment. I'm going to put the stamps away temporarily. Put the cap back on there. So then we can do a little bit of assembly here. And coloring too. Alright, I'm very disorganized. Anyway, I got a cup of tea here. It is cinnamon pear sangria. Cheers! It's actually not bad. Alright, first things first. I need a brown. I got a brown right here. And a color. I got like 5 hedgehogs happening here. And there's a reason. Because I'm a little weird that way. I just want to get a really good sharp point, which now it just broke. Fudge. Tip broke on that. Let me get my garbage can, because now that I'm kind of done stamping, I'm going to put the sponge away, because I don't need it so much at this stage. Alright, try this again. Of course, it's stuck inside. It's stuck in there good. Alright. I'm going to grab my other sharpener once I find it. There we go. And my garbage can used to be a Folgers coffee canister, but it just works great for a little easy garbage can. Alright, we got that. Okay. I got a bit of a mess on the table here, so I'm just going to brush it away, bring back some lighting. Alright. So we're going to color in these hedgehogs. Which I should have done ahead of time. But if you know me, my lives tend to be, I'm gonna color. Okay, good. I am recording this video because I do like to put this on YouTube. And this is a great stamp set, and it is a current offering right now for Stampin' Up World. If you're interested, I can give you my shopping link if you are in Canada. But yeah, this is so lovely. So there's one little guy colored in. I'm just going to darken him up a little more in some areas here. And I currently don't have a brown Stampin' Up pencil, so I'm just going to use whatever I have on the table. Because I had this actually set out for a different project. But this works sufficiently. Alright, we got one hedgehog done. He's looking really, really cute. I'm going to take a pause from hedgehog. I'm going to do the bark of the tree in that brown. Alright, then we'll do the other one in a bit, but I'm just kind of swapping up back and forth, getting comfortable. And of course my laundry's done, so I have to go get that after the video. It was funny earlier, I have a weird weekend routine. So I do like 1 hour on, 1 hour off, meaning the previous hour I was doing more relax, something personal for me, like for coloring. I was actually doing a bit of coloring, bit of TV, made a cup of tea, you know, just relax. And my neighbor next door, there's a lot of hammering happening, so I was like, okay, one of these, you know, I could have inquired, but I'm like, you know what? Make it just part of the overall. It's like, hey, there's noise, and I don't mind. As long as it's not super disruptive. It's part of the nature of life. Anything can happen. But yeah, I gotta restock up on Stampin' Up color pencils, but I can't right now. My budget's taking me in a different direction. So, not yet. Alright, so we got those two cute little guys. Let me just smooth them out a little. They're all gonna look a little different, but that's okay. Alright. Oh, I realized I got like way too many hedgehogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 2 extras apparently. Okay, I must have really went stamping crazy when I was making these guys. So I'm going to put the extras, my little baggie of goodies here. I got a puppy out too. I'm gonna put the puppy away. So I went through a puppy craze for a while there. But yeah, that way they're nearby when I need some extra pieces. Okay. Next hedgehog. And if you don't have color pencils when you're coloring, just use whatever you got. Crayons can be fun, interesting. Texture, markers, anything wet. Might want to use different ink. But it just, part of it is just the fun of play with something. Like my group on Facebook used to be called Playing with Papers and Colors because that was part of the theme, was just play. Just get into, you know, something. I'm very much not on camera, aren't I? Yeah, because I gotta get this position, because this is like way over here, my laptop, so I'm always over here. So it's something I gotta work on. But if I touch my laptop, my HDMI cable is gonna give me grief, so it's more of a, I'm kind of committed now. And really, I'm just kind of doing the same thing to each of the hedgehogs, just darken on the fuzzy, prickly area. And no super coloring technique, really, just kind of fill her in. I find the stamps for coloring in are really forgiving. Even if someone isn't great at coloring or just, don't know what to do with it. They're very forgiving, which is awesome. Alright, another little guy done. Look how cute they are. They're so cute. Alright. I gotta stretch my leg, because my leg is irritable. I need a drink here. If you're ever looking to join a direct sales company, I highly recommend Stampin' Up. Because it's just more fun, really. Okay, I got like the lead stuck in there again. Yeah, some pencils just break really easily, and sometimes the sharpener too. Some sharpeners just don't really agree with certain pencils, so this sharpener lately is being a bit of a problem. I'm not big on cinnamon and pear, but that tea is actually quite nice. And I brew it in my coffee machine, which makes it taste even better. I'm surprised that tea company, which shall not be named right now. But no, my question is, I wonder why they don't invest in selling ways of how to boil water. Because the temperature of the water makes a huge difference depending on the teas. And they could make a killing having a device to do hot water. I wonder why. I think that's kind of weird. Because they probably don't like people like me who, oh yeah, I brew it in I have a separate coffee machine that's just for tea. Well, that's not right. Well, too bad. Like, it is so possible, but no. Alright, it's gonna clear my desk. Ooh, I just threw a hedgehog at me. Clear, because I got pieces of pencil on the desk here. Alright, moving on. Alright, there's another hedgehog done. Which is the reason why there's 5 and there's only 3 cards. Next one. And yes, this Stampin' Up paper, this is technically demo only. But Stampin' Up does sell similar. That's available for public. If you're looking for a neat way of, hey, just have a paper surface that looks pretty beautiful. You can't quite see it on this because I got stuff on here. But let me carefully, yeah. So, I love this stuff personally. These guys are cute. Alright, more or less we got the hedgehog's color. Doesn't they all look a little different? That's okay. I'm gonna try to sharpen this pencil again. And because we're now into like the summer months, my hands feel greasy, just overall sweat and everything. It helps to, ooh, burps. When you're crafting, wash your hands before. Makes a huge difference. Okay, we're more or less good with the brown. I'm going to bring him a green that I have on the table here for another project. Project. I can't get my words together. Funny. Alrighty. So we'll do a bit of green underneath here. Doesn't have to be a full color in, but just enough to get the imagery that you know, it's sitting on some grass. More or less. That's the general idea. Make that a little darker. Alright, so then let's work on the green just on the leaves for both this tree and the other tree. And again, these stamps are very forgiving. And you can use, generally you can use whatever color you want, but with this project, I could use loosely from this, but I just feel like going something a little differently today. Alright, that tea is actually really good. Alright, so I got that. I'm going to put the green aside. I grabbed some colors. I'm going to try to use some colors I have pulled out for a different project. I can't get my words together. Bear with me a moment as I grab my spiky tray here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to make the butterfly pink. I'm going to add a bit of blue to it for, I don't know, just change it up. Because I forgot this was meant to be like a masculine card, but I'm kind of going already, you know, different. Okay, that looks a little better. Now let's, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but yeah. And I just come in with some blue, again, a little darker. It just changes it a little bit. Yeah, so I'll hold it up. I start with pink, and I put a light blue, and then I put another blue. I know it's a little hard to see, but it's there. So then, this birdie is going to get the blue. Darken it up. And then, I'm going to take the light blue for the body. Just to kind of change it. And then I'm going to take a hair bit of black. Among that bird. Just makes it a little darker. And a hint on there, a hint on there. It just again changes it just a little more. Okay. The mushroom. I'm gonna bring in this color lightly, which is more like a brown, but it'll suffice. Then I'm gonna bring in this color, which is gonna lighten it up. So sometimes even if you don't have the colors you need, it's fun to be able to play and get some effect based on what you have. Alright, I'm going to come in a little darker. With that, not quite red, but red. Okay, I'm going to come back in with the yellowy, whatever this is. And again, the black, just in here. Just gives it a little more to it. And then give it a little bit on the sides. Yeah, not bad. Not great, but it's better. Alright, just going to put some of these colors aside as I'm thinking here, my concept. I don't have a lot of colors on the table here. I'm going to take... Actually, I'm going to take the yellow. And then the orange. I got an orange here. But I want it more yellow. But I still want a little more orange again. So more or less, that's not bad actually. Alright, with a limited color palette. And then I got a whole bunch of flowery stuff. So I got a choice. Let's go orange. Because actually, the person who will be receiving the card likes orange. So let's go with it. That's actually quite nice. It's pleasant. Different, but pleasant. Alright, that's one. Then back to this one. I'm going to swap up the orange for this color. Just to change it up. Based on the paper it's with. And of course it breaks. Actually, it's a little light. No, I'll just do the orange. Alright, alright. We're done coloring. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to put this batch of prickly things away. Let me get that up and out of the way. Alright, now we can more or less start assembling. 'Cause I think I got everything. Yeah, more or less. Alright. We're going to start with this, the big one. So I want to see how this is going to work by doing it differently. And that actually looks really neat. So let me get a feel for this. And then there's a hedgehog down here. That's actually really cute. I like it a lot. Just changing it up. Okay. Because this would have been normally go on. I'll show you the difference. Here's a normal card base I would use. Whoops. As I make a lot. Clang, bang, da 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 da. It would have fit on it perfectly. And then that. And then that. That was without the mushroom. I wouldn't have the mushroom on there. That was like the original. But because we're swapping it up for this person who asked specifically for a card, I really like that. I actually really do. Okay. So then I'm going to take some glue. I got my Stampin' Seal Plus, which is in need of a refill. And my Stampin' Seal is also in need of a refill. So we're going to do a refill on camera. So let's put some of this aside. And that's what these guys are. Which means I'm going to have to order some more. Because I go through these pretty regularly. So then, luckily for these, you can buy the refills. You don't have to buy the whole thing again. It comes apart. Generally, I try to clean in between, but I don't have time right now. I'm kind of speeding through here. And then take the refill, pop it in, line it up to where it's supposed to go. Once I figure that out right now, which I'm having numerous difficulty with, apparently. Yeah, apparently. Come on. Oh, there we go. Now it fits. And then put the cap on. And then we're good. And then the same thing is for the Seal Plus. Or the regular seal. Same concept. Although this one I would like to clean. And it's almost out of adhesive. But we'll wait on that for a little bit because I prefer the Seal Plus. It's a more stickier, permanent thing happening. But yeah, and I think the housing are like identical, so you can always like probably cheat and buy the one and later get the other, the refills. Yeah, I do prefer. This is my ultimate preference for seal. Okay, so bring back the biggie, and then just kind of like so. And then I'm going to use, again, Seal Plus, just to kind of thicken up the card a little better, because it's actually pretty thin, because I'm modifying. And then more or less like so, which looks good. And then for the hedgehog to go on it will be dimensionals. And that's actually quite nice. Okay, dimensionals. I got some here. I need a little more. I keep a whole bag of goodies here. Just believe me, I go through a lot of supplies doing this stuff. I still got to stamp the back of the card, but I'll get to that shortly. That'll be at the end. Actually, I'll do that shortly, for real. So I'm just going to put a dimensional on the hedgehog, and I'm going to grab a couple more. I currently have minis, so I got to make do with what I have, but that's okay. And And then, yeah, there's our cute little hedgehog, which I don't like the positioning, but it's actually quite nice. So then, okay, let's go do the back of the cards. So I'm going to need that, and the brown. We're going to do the backs now before we get too far along. Now that I have solved what I needed to solve by having a card, I got to find a piece for the insert, but I will get to that later. I need my thing here. Alright, so portrait. No, that's landscape. This one's portrait. The other one's portrait. Okay, so at least we got a plan. So my Color the Kitty stamp is way over here. So let's get this going now. Ink it quite nicely. And then I'm going to start with the white. Because in case I screw it up, I can re-stamp because I can cover that up. Then I'm going to do the crumb cake. Put these guys off to the side for the moment. Bring back this one. Alright, so I got that. I gotta bring back my sponge because I forgot I put it away. Alright, better. I need the Angel Policy, the old one I use all the time. I need a clear block. Ink it up. Actually, I could have kept going with the other ones. Habits, yeah. I forgot I'm doing multi at once here. Alright, ink it up again. Bring back that card base. And then bring back the other one. There we go. Then the Stampin' Up name so I could sell the cards if I want to. By having the Stampin' Up name makes things a lot easier as a little artist. Color Kitty me here. Ta-da! Then the last one. Ta-da! Slightly cut it, but that's okay. Alright. Got this, got that. I'm just gonna clean my block a little more. Better. Alright. So then we gotta finish assembly. And I gotta do something a little more to this one because it's big. Alright, so I'm gonna put the cap back on there. Alright, we'll come back to this in short. Let me do a few things. Alright. So we're going to do this one next. So we got some pieces to pull in here. And for this one, this piece will be glued right on top, no problem. I love this paper, but just the way this looked, it looked better by doing it the way I'm going to do it for just the coloration of it. Although I love this paper. I forget what the paper's called, but it's been really useful for a lot of my card classes. Alright, got that. And then cap this for a moment because I need some scissors. So this square, essentially, diagonally, cut in half. And those are going to go in the corners as a little corner feature, which is really cool. And same with this one. Goes in the corner. Or again, nice little corner feature. Alrighty. And then we're going to take this, you know, not halfway, but just a little bit down. Glue that on. I'm going to do it very carefully with the Stampin' Seal Plus. There we go. Okay. And then we got this big circle. Then we got our tree. So that's going to get glued on. I'm just going to use regular for this part. And then that's going to go on with dimensionals. So I make a lot of noise here. So, and again, it's the same paper, decorative paper I use. It just looked great, in my opinion. There we go. Kind of, sorta. Peel off the white caps. And then make sure the tree is pretty decent. And there we go. Then lastly, take a cute hedgehog, get some dimensionals. Actually, this is the second last step. Forgot a little itty bitty step. He's gonna go on there. Now the last step is this white piece will be glued on the inside just to thicken it up a little more. And it also serves as, hey, in case you start writing a message and you completely be like me and write the wrong message, you can pull it out and put something else inside or cover it up. So that's the beauty of putting an extra piece. Thickens it, and in case there's a oopsie daisy, easy to fix. Speaking of oopsie daisy, I got a little bit of glue poking out there. Or adhesive, as I call it. Well, I call it glue, but I know it's really adhesive. It'll be fine. So that card is done. So then we're going to move on to the crumb cake one. So let's already put that white piece on the inside while we're talking about it. There we go. There we go. That way, nice clean panel. Then for this, there's 2 pieces of designer series paper, and I'm just gonna go like that. They were actually scraps, so more or less like that, just nothing fancy, as long as they go on there. There's one. And then the other one, same kind of thing. Nothing fancy, just something there to give it a focal point. That's cool. And then the rest is going to be dimensionals. Let's put the phrase down first. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on that. Now we're going to do something really neat in a moment after we get the freeze done. Alright, so freeze goes right there. That's my preference. So take the hedgehogs, figure out which ones look the best. I'm gonna put Darky on the bottom because he's like really dark. So work with me here. Take one hedgehog, the one you least like. How's that? And put some dimensionals on him. Because we're gonna stack them with dimensionals, these hedgehogs, which is gonna be really cool. So take one, stick them there. Take the next one you least like, up, put some dimensionals on them. Just gonna reorganize them a little better. There we go. Just makes it look slightly better. And then take number 2 and put them right on top of number 1. Because right away, we got a really cool 3D effect. Then we're going to do the same thing with number 3. Goes right on top of the first 2. And there we go. Alright, and then he goes right on top, and you can already see it's popping off the page. Like, look how cool that is with the texture. And this card is done. So super, super cute. Or you can just spread them out, whichever. But I just love doing that super 3D effect. Now, the last card, the one that we more or less finished, but we're going to come back to it, is this guy. The, swap up one. I'm going to take some white paper. I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to cut this down to a size. So 5 by 7 was what I was working with. So I'm going to do a modified size. So 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and that should suffice to make a good inside panel for my happy birthday card. And I got a stamp happy birthday, so now I gotta quickly find happy birthday stamp. Which I don't have out right now, but I'm looking. I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Mother stuff, that's other. Okay, I'm looking for a quick happy birthday here. So hang on. I should have one nearby. I got a whole bunch of stuffs. And I probably should have grabbed it ahead, but I didn't. Alright, let's see what these got. Nope. No. Got like everything else. I'm digging. I'll have a happy birthday somewhere. That's not it. I got like everything else except for happy birthday. No worries. I know I have something. Oh yeah, here we go. I've got partial. That's cute, but not what I want to go with. Okay, so Kitty, ironically, does not have happy birthday in here. Go figure. Alright. Well, let's modify, which we can do easily. Give me a short. I have paper pumpkin stuff in this room. So I'm going to dig and look for one of those. I should have a happy birthday. So let's do that. Alright. So then let me keep digging for a few more minutes here. Actually, let's check this paper pumpkin kit. In case we have a happy birthday. Nope. I've got a tin that's empty. But I've got a box just full of paper pumpkin stamps here. Come on. If in doubt, look at paper pumpkin. Alright, I'm just going to put some of this stuff back away. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Gotta have something. Especially we're coming up on 1 hour. Because you can see this box is just full of paper pumpkin stamps. Nope. Nope. I have a small happy birthday. I'm hoping for a little bigger. Nope. I got an old one there. Hold up. Nope. No, that'll do. I will make do with what I have. Hold on, let me restack this a little better. And put this back in the box. But yes, I have quite a collection of stamps. I got something here. I got a really teeny tiny happy birthday, but they have difficulty eyes because they're older generation. So I'm going to use the old and classic one. This is the first paper pumpkin stamp set I ever had. And it's a goodie. And I'm going to throw these in the box later too. So we're going to use these guys. This will do. So I got that. I need my ink again. Inked up quite nicely enough, and then more or less center the page, give her, and there is a really nice happy birthday. There we go. See, paper pumpkin never fails. Let that dry for a moment. Put the cap back on the ink. Flip it over, get some adhesive, which is here somewhere. And glue the inside. And away we go. We are done. There is a nice happy birthday card. In my opinion, we'll have to see if they like it or not, but we'll see. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you. This turned out longer than I intended, but that's what happens when I decided to do, 3 cards in one go. And I hope you really liked what we did. They are awesomely cool cards. If you have any questions, please let me know. My contact information is at the end. And cheers. Have a great Sunday afternoon. Bye for now.